So tonight, we're going to take a step back in time and show you the Merlin RDTA by Augvape. What is up, YouTube and vapors alike? I am Nick.
I am Dakota.
And this is the Vaping Roundtable. So tonight we're going to talk about the Merlin RDTA by Augvape. And they sent Dakota and I one of each of these. They're both different colors.
Yep.
He got a stainless steel and I got this black and gold.
Also, rose gold available. We didn't get that one, but we've seen the pictures. Looks dope as fuck.
I kind of just think we should talk about how they look. I think they're very attractive.
Oh, yes.
This is, I'm not personally, this is just me. I'm not personally an RDTA guy. I like RTAs, RDAs, and sub-ohm tanks. Haven't really ever, moved into that realm of RDTAs. Just not my thing. But I will say, as it goes with the looks of this thing, I really think this is one of the best atomizers I've ever seen sitting on top of a device, which I have it sitting on top of this Relo Gen 3. It's the maroon and black. It's just beautiful. It's got these little circle emblems. Each one of them, both of ours have them, and they're built into the they're on the inside of the atomizer behind the glass. It looks like it's on the outside, but it's not.
Kind of got that strange music symbol going there, kind of like it's from Tech 9 or some shit. I don't know. And
I think it looks medieval, kind of what they were going for, like the wizardry.
Emblems.
I agree with him. It does have that Tech 9 feel to it. It's also got this like tribal kind of symbol up on the top. Up on this part of it right here. I don't know what that is.
It's like a mix of Aztec and Native American. It looks cool though.
We'll show you that in the close up.
Yep.
But I just wanted to talk real quick. God, it's good looking.
It's dapper as shit.
If someone asked me what I was vaping on, and I wasn't like enjoying this the most of it out of everything, someone who's never gotten into vaping, who's never bought a bunch of different atomizers and stuff like that, they don't even know what this is, I'd throw that on there and be like, check that shit out.
It's nice.
It's fucking nice. It's beautiful, isn't it?
I'll just let you guys know you can pick this up at www.augvape.com. I'll throw the link down in the description. You can pick it up for the very fair price of $24.30. As we said, it comes in a stainless steel, black and gold, and then that rose gold that we talked about.
$24.30.
$24.30. Not bad.
That's really cheap, actually,
for an
what it is.
RDTA. That's pretty damn good, and from Augvape.
It's damn fair. Yeah.
They're in the. They're one of the top in the industry right now. I know for making really good atomizers. I'd like to see them come out with a box in the future. Personally, the Aug box or some shit, but
augmented reality vape box.
Yeah, something like that. It'd be cool. But yeah, they're top in the industry right now. One of the top in the industry, like I said, and I'm looking forward to see what the future holds for them. This is looking pretty decent so far.
I personally think they should send us both an Aug box.
Aug box. You heard it here first.
Augvape. Give us the Aug box.
Aug box.
Huge review.
Heard it here first. Alrighty, without further ado, I guess we're going to jump right into this close-up, and we will see you there.
Okay, so this is the packaging for this Merlin RDTA by Augvape. Inside the box, we're going to have our Merlin RDTA right here. You're going to get this little foamy tube insert that comes out. Has a little screwdriver right here. And inside, you're going to get a little extra baggie. You have an extra glass piece. And this glass piece is a borosilicate glass tube. I'm not really sure. I'm not studied up on borosilicate. I'm guessing it's heat resistant. It's a little bit more sturdy. And then inside your bag, you got extra O-rings, extra screws. So that's good. They sent that along with it. And then you see this little circle right here, this little emblem with this S. That's also on this tank right here all the way around. Pretty neat. It's a really well designed RDTA. I really like it. Okay, so This is the one they sent Dakota, and this is the one they sent me. As you can see, this black and gold is one of the color options. We only got two, so stainless, black and gold, and there's a rose. I don't have that, and just so you guys can see real quick kind of what mine looks like, I do have a build in it. It's a little 4-wrap fuse Clapton in there, and you can see the deck on mine is gold. Along with the bottom too, so it's a really neat design. I love the color scheme they have on this one. A little bit better than the stainless steel, but because Dakota was kind enough to take his build out of this, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this one. Okay, so this is the deck. On his, we have these huge rectangular, squarish rectangular post holes. You can fit anything in there. If you can't fit your build in there, I think you're building a little too big, honestly. But you can see right here we have bottom airflow slots. We do have a little air release in one of them right here. Here's your wick ports. 4 wick ports, 2 on each side. Decent size. You can get a lot of wick shoved down in there. It's just kind of an awkward angle. So, you know, when you go to shove your wick down in there, sometimes, you know, with most RDTAs, I just find it's kind of a little bit of more of a pain in the ass with RDTAs, because you got to get your, if say you want your you know, cotton leads to touch the bottom, you know, it's a little bit tougher with RDTAs. But as seeing, we do have a really big build deck. It looks really good. You have this fill port in the middle. This is a really nice feature they added on this. It's awesome. You can just stick your Gorilla bottle straight down in that, squeeze, and it's squeeze, ease, and it's fucking filled. It's great. I really like that design. You have your Phillips head style screws right here. They send you this little thing in the kit, so if you don't have one yourself, you got one with the kit. So we have a 304 stainless steel product. It is a 24 millimeter diameter on this thing, and it's 48.5 millimeters in height. It does have a Delrin top cap and drip tip. Peak insulator, which I showed you on the deck. They have a little insulator right here to separate the positive and negative, and then down here, there is a little bit more of that peak. They say that they have this elegant hollowed out label. Pretty cool. So here's the top cap. You have your airflow slots, one on each side. You have a little bit of a conical design in there, just a little bit. It's enough. It's got really good flavor. And then you have this top insert that closes off your juice fill right here that presses down. It's got a little O-ring in there. And then from the top, I don't know the diameter of this top right here, but it is wide enough for most people. I know it's certainly wide enough for me on the top. It does have this little metal insert up here. I'm pretty sure that's for juice control, but then again, and I'm going to talk about this in the review, I do get juice condensating up here and just sitting on the top. I know Dakota does too. It's got to be mentioned. Also, this right here, this is cool. It's got kind of a grippy material in this Delrin, and it just screws off. Threads Delrin to the 304 stainless steel. Really good design. I like that. It's something that I look for in RTAs and RDAs and RDTAs. This is what mine looks like. Really the only difference is the color. That's it. But the black looks, I think, a little bit better. So guys, on these 510s here, it looks like the pins are protruding just a little bit different. On Dakota's over here, it seems to be protruding a little bit more over here on this one on the left. And then mine over here is just barely poking out. So I'm not sure what that's all about. I don't know if, you know, I've screwed these down both the same tolerance, you know, tightness. And this is kind of what we're coming up with. So it seems like this one on the left here would be hybrid safe. Mine, not so much. Not a huge thing, but I just thought that was kind of interesting. It's a really attractive Addy. It's just awesome looking. I love these little emblems that go around right here, and of course this little tribal symbol. But that's all I can say about it on the up close, guys. Let's take it back up top. All right, and that was the close-up of this Merlin RDTA. Man, it's beautiful all around. It looks really good. Especially, you know, when I had this outside and you know, I was just looking at it, you know, in my yard.
The way the sun just glistens.
It's pretty. It's really pretty, and you know, it just has a flow to it with the looks. And I know I'm talking about the looks a lot, but a lot of these really good, you know, atomizers that I vape all the time, they don't really look that great. You know, I just think the vape on them is amazing, so I don't really give a shit about the looks. But whenever you get something that has this kick-ass design to it, and I know I'm rambling about it, but fuck, it's got to be said, you know.
It looks
Augvape,
good,
you guys did a damn good job designing this thing.
Absolutely.
I like it's easy on the eye. It's easy on the eye, and it has what I want as far as the aesthetics of what an RDTA should look like. Pros and cons with this thing, not really anything terrible, but you know, nothing absolutely amazing that I could say. We'll start with the cons. Let's go cons.
We'll go cons first. Subjective on my part. With most RDTAs you come across, they're going to leak. This thing I found for me leaks a lot, and even having it sitting up, it does leak. And maybe not necessarily leaks a lot, but it does leak. I've had to wipe this thing down I don't know how many freaking times while I've had it. It's a subjective con, of course, and most RDTAs you find that I've dealt with, they leak a little bit, you know, especially if they're on their side. And if this thing is on its side, it's going to leak unless you're just a fucking wizard at wicking.
No pun intended. There.
No pun intended at all. But yeah. Second is let's see here. Wicking it. Speaking of wicking, it's not easy. They say it's easy to wick. For me, it's not too easy. Personally, I have to take like a screwdriver or something and shove the cotton down in there, which you're gonna have to do anyway. But I can't get it to lay quite the way I want it to.
Yeah, it's because those little those wick holes are just kind of, that's all you got.
Yeah, which you guys saw in the close up, of course. But
it is hard to get something down there to get them. RTAs, you put them in your slots. You cut your cotton to size. You tuck them in there, and then you put your tank over it, and then it just, you know, absorbs up. You just got to make sure you don't stuff too much in there. So this thing, you know, as far as the wicking goes on this, I didn't find it difficult. I just do know that, you know, when you have RDTAs, some people like their cotton leads to go way down there, touch the bottom. I keep mine up towards the top anyway, so the fact that mine just kind of curled around and bent up, I mean, it's really up to the person building it.
It is.
Some people might think this is easy as shit to wick.
Yep.
I don't think it's hard to wick, but it is kind of a pain in the ass. Just because the only way you can do that is just those little holes.
And that's what you're going to find is that most of our cons here, they're subjective.
It's kind of subjective, you know. It's not fair to dog you guys just on that.
Yeah, I mean, it could be totally our faults. Another one, which you guys saw in the close-up, the 510 pin. I don't know why, but my 510 pin is protruding like immensely, and there's probably a way to fix that, and I just haven't looked at it. But my 510 pin was sticking out pretty far, which I guess if you're going to run it on like a hybrid mech mod, it'd be okay. As much as I probably wouldn't suggest that, I know you still can because, you know, VGod, of course, they make an RDTA that you can put onto a hybrid mech, but I think that one's got the adjustable 510. Yeah, that's a problem for me. I haven't done anything to it to make it protrude that much. It just kind of happened.
It's actually, you know, the way I look at it is I would rather have mine protruding like yours than...
Well, yeah, I mean,
mine's
it's
barely coming out.
It's subjective, but the reason I can't run it on my minikin is because it causes it to jump ohms like a motherfucker. And when I mean jump ohms,
it's pushing that 510 down too far.
It was going from 0.23 up to 1.53, and then every space in between. I mean,
But then again, the Minikin is known to jump on
yes,
the
the Minikin is known to jump, but it's only supposed to jump a little bit, not by like 1 ohm. That's a bit of a difference, I think.
I think you guys have since you've shipped these out to us, you've probably been pretty damn consistent with your 510s.
Oh, sure.
So I mean, it's not really. We're not going to tell you that this is a crap product because we had 2 different sizes on the 510s.
No,
we
not
could have
at
just
all.
been honestly, we could just be screwing these together at a different rate too, because you are in control of that 510 when you put this back together. You really are. I've got mine screwed down as tight as I can do it. Really as tight as it'll go, and it's just barely sticking out. So maybe that's the way it should do it. His is just has like a longer piece on the end of it. Maybe they weren't. But that's not that big of a deal if every other product you guys released is the same. It's all It's just maybe we just got production versions that were different.
Yep.
The last con I have for this is when I'm vaping this thing. For some reason, and I'm not over dripping, I get juice. No matter how hard I pull on it, I get juice that just sits up on top of my mouthpiece, and then it ends up feeling like I'm drinking juice. That's just one thing I'm not big on this thing for. It just kind of condensates. It doesn't just condensate, but it does just sit up here. And I think it's that little piece you have on the top portion of this. That's it's condensating, and then it's getting thrown back further up. That's the only con. That's really the last con I have with it. If there's some way you guys could fix that for another version of this, go ahead and figure that out, because I can't really enjoy this vape as much as I really want to with that juice sitting up on top of the mouthpiece. I'm constantly have to drip. It's just something I don't like. It's just not for me when it comes to something like that. But that's going to lead us into my point on the pros. The pro to this thing, the biggest pro to this thing, is the flavor. The flavor on this RDTA is the best flavor I've had on any RDTA.
Wonderful.
It's absolutely great. And then to our audience, if you've never had an RDTA, if you never tried one, try this one. This is absolutely the best flavor I've had.
Despite the subjective cons, this is freaking phenomenal flavor.
It's perfect. It really is. It has the right amount of airflow. The airflow goes up beneath the coil. It hits your coil and then it goes up, and kind of like it's conical design. It's
kind of like a Kennedy in a sense, like the Kennedy RDA, with the way the airflow went through the bottom and then up under the coil. If that is the Kennedy, if I'm not mistaken.
That is a Kennedy.
Yeah. It's good on that. It's really good on the flavor. That helps the flavor a lot. I'm not quite positive, but it doesn't have the oh yeah, it does. It's got that conical bore on the inside.
It's got a little bit of a conical bore.
It's in the Delrin piece up here, and that is what's causing the conical bore, which gives you flavor. It helps with the flavor a lot.
So yeah, flavor is great. Build deck, phenomenal. Great build deck.
You've got really, really wide spaces to put your
plenty
coils
of room.
into. Plenty of
fucking room. And that's something I always bitch about whenever I'm doing an RTA, which is what I always do, is an RTA. RTAs are great, but a lot of the times they shrink that deck down.
Ooh, yes.
This thing doesn't do that. It takes the liberty of giving you the full size and the full area of a deck that you need. And you just throw your wicks down those holes into the bottom. The deck is perfect. Yep, it really is. It's attractive looking.
Don't change it.
It's how it needs to be. I think your post holes on this thing, they work.
Yes.
It's the 2 post hole. A lot of people bitch that they like the offset. They like the four posts,
like
tsunami style, or velocity style. I don't think I would ever need velocity style with this much room on this type of atomizer. I just think it's great.
I mean, you can throw your big builds, your small builds, your ones in between. I mean, it's really good in that sense. Like we've said before, this thing looks good, and I'm not going to gush on this too much because we've gushed a lot on it, but it does look good. It's very sleek. It's very well machined. Not a single freaking machining mark on this thing. And it's just so nice the way that it was designed,
and the build quality is where it's at. You guys designed this thing not only to look great, but it's built really well. That top piece, that top, you know, the piece between the metal Delrin drip tip that screws in and the actual, you know, bottom metal section with the tank on the bottom, it's just, it all feels of great fucking quality. It does. It feels great quality. Anything that feels a good quality usually is good quality. Dakota reviewed the Druga. That's kind of what this reminds me of. Exactly. It's the same quality as that Druga. I think that Druga is like, what, top 3 RDAs right now?
It's in the top 3s last I checked. And the build quality on the Druga was the same way. Not a single machining mark on it. It was so beautifully made. It had a good weight to it. It had a good feel to it. It was one of my first really good RDAs. And I was super proud to own that. I still am super proud to own it. You know, it was very well machined. I think Augvape's got it locked down on their quality, which some companies are really starting to lack on. But they are making sure that each product that comes out is top of the line and top quality.
Good job, Augvape.
Very well done, Augvape.
Fuck yeah.
My last little pro here is how easy it is to fill this thing. Because you've got that chamber right in the middle of the RDTA, and you literally just put your nozzle down in there and squeeze, and then it just fills up. You've got the slot down in the bottom, and that allows the juice to just come out, you know, duh. But yeah, it's super easy to fill. Duh. It's super easy to fill up. It's super easy to use.
And it even works really good with a dripper too.
Oh yeah.
Like a little, you know, when you take it out of the bottle, you drip straight down through the middle. I haven't had one single issue with doing that.
I haven't had a single issue filling this thing up.
You know, with Gorilla bottles, it's super fucking easy because they have the pointed tips. But taking a glass dropper, throwing it down the center, it's still the same ease. It's wonderful.
Easy. Very good concept.
I could only say one suggestion for that is maybe widen a little bit. Widen that little hole a little bit, but you don't even really need to do that because it's good as it is.
It still works just fine. It's doing it's serving its purpose. It's serving its purpose very well. It's doing what it was meant to do. You know, beginners, intermediate, and seasoned or professional vapors. You know, it's still going to work just as fine for them. Very well done, Augvape.
For a beginner vapor like me.
Oh yes,
I love it.
Like him.
I like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very well done, Augvape. We commend you. The Vaping Roundtable commends you for the hell of a job that you have.
It's roundtable worthy, right?
It's roundtable worthy.
For an RDTA, I feel like this is roundtable worthy. Like I said, not a big fan of RDTAs. I'd like to try the Merlin RTA.
And a lot of the cons are subjective, of course, but yes.
You sent us a fucking solid product here.
Oh yeah.
You know, for me to say, and you know, I'm being as fucking blunt and straightforward honest with the audience and with you. I don't like RDTAs, but because this thing is what it is, and I've enjoyed it as much as I have, man, I give this a 5-star. I really have to. I mean, it's not something I'm going to vape all the time. You got to know that. It's not going to be my go-to thing just because, like I said, it's not, RDTAs aren't for me, but fucking amazing. You know, if your RTA matches the quality of your RDTA, I'm going to be in love with you guys. I still haven't tried it. I really want to try that one. I would like to do a review on that one. And closing thoughts on this?
Closing thoughts?
Give us closing thoughts.
Well done, dapper as shit, roundtable worthy, and fuck yes. That's what I have to say. Despite, like I said, despite the cons that were subjective that we had and a couple of issues, very well done, I think. One of the better ones on the market, if I do say so myself. Yeah, well done. Well done. So, speaking of Augvape, they have also decided to send us a green Druga RDA. Yes, you heard me correctly, a green Druga RDA. We're giving one of those away on our Instagram page in honor of our friend Corey. We are also pairing with Bearded Brothers Vape Co., which we have been vaping on this time, the Mustache Ride.
Mustache Ride.
They sent us 2 of their liquids. One's a peanut butter flavor, one is a strawberry jam flavor, and they sent that to throw into the giveaway as well. So when we hit 5,200 followers, the giveaway ends. But we have to get there first, so if you're not following us on Instagram, go follow us on Instagram. The link's down in the description. Go check it out. Click the link, hit that follow button, and you're in. Well, despite they have to repost the picture and follow a couple other rules. But you'll see it on there. And we'll keep you guys updated. Just enter that giveaway. And yeah. Keep
Please,
your eyes
guys.
out. Unlimited entries. Unlimited entries.
Just go at it. Go at it. We need to get more people entered in that. We want it to be fair. You know,
we need to get that story
a lot of
around. There's a big
options.
story with that giveaway. And it needs to be noticed.
So, if you thought this review was helpful and you might go out and buy the Merlin RDTA by Augvape, well then hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell, because every time
Notified.
we upload a video, you get notified. What he said. Yeah.
You'll be the first to know, along with however many other people have decided to, you know, hit that bell. But yeah, you'll get notified.
And remember, there are a million ways to quit smoking, but vaping is dapper as shit. We'll see you next time.